Imagine trying to survive in one of the harshest environments on Earth, a place where icy winds slash like blades and the sun vanishes for months at a time. It may seem unthinkable for most of us, but for an Arctic people known as the Inuit, this is simply part of everyday life. Scientists have been utterly amazed by how this group not only survives but thrives in these unforgiving conditions. Their ability to endure such extreme cold has challenged what we thought was humanly possible. With incredible biological adaptations and time-honored survival techniques, the Inuit continue to baffle researchers. In a land where exposure to the elements can freeze skin in mere seconds, where darkness reigns for half the year, and where food is earned by hunting enormous sea animals using age-old tools, the Inuit prove again and again that human resilience knows no bounds. Their diet alone defies all scientific expectations. You've likely heard the phrase, "You are what you eat." If that were literally true, then the Inuit would be composed of raw meat and whale fat. Their daily meals consist almost entirely of fatty marine animals like seal, whale, and fish, with hardly a vegetable or fruit in sight. By conventional health standards, such a diet should result in dangerously high cholesterol and widespread heart disease. But surprisingly, the Inuit possess some of the strongest cardiovascular systems on the planet. The reason lies in a remarkable genetic adaptation that allows their bodies to metabolize fats in a unique way. It's as if evolution provided them with a biological advantage tailored for survival in their glacial world. Stepping outside in freezing temperatures and feeling your hands go numb is something many can relate to. Yet the Inuit live and function in sub-zero weather with minimal insulation. Their bodies don't just tolerate the cold, they excel in it. Research has revealed that their metabolic rates are significantly higher than average, enabling them to generate heat more efficiently. Their physical structure also contributes to their survival. Shorter limbs and more compact bodies help conserve warmth. These traits are so finely tuned to their environment that it's almost as if they were biologically engineered for life in the Arctic, leaving scientists to wonder just how deep these adaptations really go. You might have heard the popular claim that the Inuit have dozens of words for snow. That's not just a linguistic curiosity. It hints at an entirely different way of understanding the world. Their language, Inuktitut, shapes not only how they speak but how they perceive space and time. Unlike English, which uses relative directions, like left and right, Inuktitut relies on absolute orientation, such as north or south. This means an Inuit elder, even blindfolded and spun around, could often point north without hesitation. Though researchers are still trying to understand how such spatial awareness works, one thing is clear. The Inuit maintain a connection to their surroundings that surpasses anything modern science has fully explained. So, are they living proof of humanity's ability to adapt to any habitat, or are they keepers of ancient wisdom that science has yet to uncover? While the story of the Inuit is extraordinary, they aren't the only group leaving researchers astounded. In the Pacific, during World War II, an equally mystifying phenomenon unfolded. Known as cargo cults, these were communities that witnessed modern technology for the first time and mistook it for divine intervention. These islanders had lived in total isolation with no exposure to electricity, machines, or infrastructure. Then suddenly, aircraft descended from the skies, delivering crates of food, clothing, and weapons. To the indigenous people of Melanesia, it was as if gods had come down bearing gifts. The American military personnel became figures of reverence, not just humans, but celestial beings in the eyes of the islanders. What followed was even more surreal. The locals began replicating what they saw the soldiers doing, hoping to bring the cargo back. They constructed wooden imitations of airstrips, control towers, and even planes. They paraded in makeshift uniforms, mimicked drills, and painted USA on their bodies, believing it to be a sacred charm. However, no matter how faithfully they copied the soldiers, The cargo never returned. When the war ended and the military departed, taking their supplies and technology with them, the islanders were left feeling abandoned, not by men, but by gods. Some even believed their deities had been taken away by the soldiers to another world. Despite the passage of time, many of these rituals continued as the people awaited the return of the skyborne gifts. To modern anthropologists, the term cargo cult may refer to blind imitation, but for those who experienced it firsthand, it was a lived reality that reshaped their entire belief system. These astonishing stories continue in the remote forests of northeast India, where the Naga people reside. Spanning across the borders of India and Myanmar, the Naga are actually a collection of over 40 distinct tribes, known for their fierce independence and rich cultural history. On the surface, they may appear to be a traditional agrarian society, but their legacy contains elements that have both fascinated and frightened outsiders for centuries. The Naga people are not just farmers and hunters, they are also legendary warriors. Tales abound of them battling wild animals like tigers with nothing but their bare hands, feats that secured their reputation as some of the most formidable fighters in South Asia. In addition to their prowess in battle, the Naga have developed a refined sense of craftsmanship, excelling in pottery and blacksmithing. Despite their martial culture, Naga society maintained a structured balance of responsibilities. Men held leadership roles, but women were far from subordinate. They played vital parts in managing households and child-rearing, and certain family customs stood out. For example, once the eldest son married, he inherited the family home, while his parents moved out and built a new residence for themselves. But the most shocking part of the Naga legacy was a practice that continued until the late 20th century: headhunting. This gruesome tradition was more than just warfare. It was a rite of passage, a means of gaining honor and status within the community. The more enemy heads a warrior collected, the more he was respected. His body often bore tattoos marking these victories, each a visible testament to his courage and strength. These severed heads were not merely trophies, they were potent symbols of power, deeply embedded in the tribe's identity. Though headhunting has been outlawed for decades, the stories remain, echoing through the dense forests where Naga warriors once roamed. Venturing even deeper into obscurity, we arrive in the mountainous wilderness of Papua New Guinea, home to the Yali tribe. Nestled in the rugged highlands, the Yali lived in near-total isolation from the rest of the world for generations. They remained largely unknown until a British explorer dared to meet them face to face, risking his life in the process. What he discovered was a society completely untouched by modern influence, preserving customs and beliefs that seemed frozen in time. And the story doesn't end there. Across the globe, from the icy reaches of Siberia to the burning deserts of Africa, indigenous groups continue to astound scientists with their ability to endure and even flourish in the most challenging conditions. Their resilience is built on a combination of genetic evolution, spiritual traditions, and relentless willpower. However, for many of these groups, secrecy is key. Much of their culture, particularly their sacred rituals, remains hidden from outsiders. What is visible, however, is their stunning approach to body modification and adornment. Among the most iconic is the use of large clay lip plates, particularly among the Suri women of Ethiopia. These plates, which can reach remarkable sizes, require the removal of lower front teeth and the gradual stretching of the lower lip. Far from being a mere cosmetic choice, these plates symbolize beauty, maturity, and social standing. In fact, the larger the lip plate, the greater the bride price her family can command in cattle. While such traditions may seem extreme to others, the Suri view them as expressions of pride and personal identity. Every scar, pattern, and piece of body art tells a story of strength and cultural heritage. Their neighboring tribe, the Mursi, also practices lip plate adornment but takes it even further. The Mursi people have earned a reputation that is both captivating and intimidating. Women wear enormous clay discs in their lower lips, and these are seen as marks of beauty and prestige. But the Mursi aren't just known for striking ornamentation. In a land where survival demands vigilance, they are heavily armed, often carrying AK-47s instead of spears. These weapons are not only for hunting, but also for defense. Cattle raiding and territorial disputes are common, and violence is deeply embedded in their social fabric. For the Mursi, conflict isn't just an unfortunate occurrence, it's an ongoing reality that has helped shape their fierce identity. Foreigners who attempt to visit the Mursi must tread carefully. They are notoriously unwelcoming to unexpected guests, and any engagement happens under tightly controlled circumstances. While some anthropologists and adventurers have gained entry, it's always with great caution. Despite their intimidating exterior, the Mursi are not reckless warriors. Their lifestyle reflects a careful balance of age-old tradition and modern necessity. They are devoted to their ancestors and fiercely protective of their customs.